of the brothers and sisters. These two chairs are General Herkimer's. This table is General Herkimer's. That's his. Okay? General Herkimer could have anything he wanted because he was wealthy. He was doing fur trapping and trading. He was doing all kinds of things, renting out his land. Good landlord. He was doing the militia, Tri-County militia. All right. He was a second lieutenant in the French and Indian War, and then the Revolutionary War came, and before that they upped his command to Brigadier General in Albany, and he had about 800 men that he around the surrounding area. They called them citizen soldiers, which were just farmers, mostly farmers,
with arms,
tinsmiths, blacksmiths, yeah, mostly farmers.
So did he help in the major battle around here?
Yeah.
Which one?
Battle of Oriskany.
Yeah.
Well, he brought up his men up to Fort Stanwix, where you were, and about 6 miles before that was the Indian village of Oriska, now known today as Oriskany. Okay, and they were ambushed there because Molly Brant, who was in the Mohawk Valley at the time, told her brother Joseph Brant, who was the Mohawk chief, and he was in with St. Ledger, the British general. He told him that the General Herkimer was coming up. So they ambushed them 6 miles away from the fort, and that was Oriskany. Okay, Battle of Oriskany. Yeah. And out of the 800 men, he only could save less than 200 at that time. But when he knew he was in an ambush, and even though he was shot in the leg severely, he rounded his men up in a round, tight circle. He put 2 behind each tree, so one was loading a musket in 30 seconds, the other one was standing guard waiting for that Indian. Now, most of the men that fought on the other side, the Loyalist side, were the Mohawk Indians and the Tories, headed off by John Johnson. And, of course, the British just sat back and watched this all. This battle lasted about 6 hours or better. The Indians wanted to get in and out. So when they did get out, they went back to their Indian camps, which was situated 2 miles from the Fort Stanwix. And when they got there, they found out that Fort Stanwix, Meredith Wallace and his men came down and raided their camps, took everything. So they went home.
Good.
They went home. Yeah. All right. You want to see upstairs, don't
What's
you?
the stuff on the table there?
Okay, well, this is chocolate.
Right.
General Herkimer likes his hot chocolate. And I love chocolate, but I don't like this because it has no sugar in it.
Yeah, that's the point.
And they used to just take hot water, put the hot chocolate in there, melt it, a little bit of cinnamon. That was their hot chocolate. On the other hand, I like my hot chocolate with sugar and marshmallows.
Isn't that sugar there?
Yeah, that's sugar.
Yeah.
This is sugar.
Right.
Yep, this is sugar. Only the wealthy had sugar at that time. It came from the West Indies.
Yeah.
All right? Right. If you were just a common person, you would have honey, maple syrup on the land.
They didn't have a taste for it with sugar. They tasted like people like black coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, they would take this, the sugar, and they would just take a chip off of it. I thought it was one lump or two.
Yeah, like
it wasn't. Not here. Not then in the 1700s. They would have their cup of tea. They would take their piece of sugar, put it inside their mouth, and drink their tea through their sugar. Oh, really? So you can imagine what kind of dental problems.
Oh, yeah.
The block of tea. This is molded tea into this is just a replica of what they used to have.
No, I didn't.
Did you ever go to the Boston Tea Party? They might have been throwing these
over. That makes sense, doesn't it?
They're heaven. Well, they had the loose tea, which was very expensive in the tea caddy. Okay, so all the loose tea.
So how do you get a piece of with that?
You know what? You would, you play it like a Play-Doh. You would squeeze everything together, and all of a sudden it would form a picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
To use it.
Yeah. No, and then they would take the block off, put it in the hot water, and yes, they did have tea strainers at that time. Okay.
Is it breakable, or did you have to cut it?
I'm sure they just broke it.
Yeah.
They took a whole block of tea to make a sauce.
I
wouldn't say no. I mean, tea bags. You break it and you store it.
Yeah.
Store it.
Oh.
Just a little block.